What's up, Book of Faces? This is Mike Watson, editor-in-chief of Freestyle Komics, also one of the editor-in-chiefs at Short Fuse, lead artist on FSK, and the host of Dear Creative, aka Super Mad Brother, and all that good stuff. So I had a ton of stuff to do today, like what's different, right? I'm still trying to get the word out about this, so give me a couple minutes as I set up those sharing links. I'll give you an update what's going on with FSK and where we're at. Shout out a couple things that we have happening, and talk to you about what it is to be creative this week, because it's great. You might get some background sound here, which I don't want to do. About this, a couple, boom. So we took care of that. All right, so I'm about to share this bad boy on the interweb. I'm sharing it on my Art of Mike Watson Twitter right now. Wait. I should put a hashtag in there. It'll reach somebody. Yeah. Now copy it. Why don't you type something that you like when you're sharing it, copy it, so you can just share it again. I wanna tweet. Oh wait, there it is. Like, why is that being so difficult? Boom. So we got that on the Twitter, right. What up, CL? What's up, Alicia? I am going to we're keeping that one up so I can see what's going on, right? All right. We got no. Just bear with me. Just trying to get some shareage out there. The show started at 8:45. I was a little bit early. I couldn't get my links and stuff out though. What's up, Kenneth Brown? Until I actually clicked the share button. Trouble with computer runs a little bit slow and I have so much going on, right? I have a lot going on. Where's the conversation I was just in? I mean, come on. There it is. All right. This may be just the last share that I get. I'm gonna post in this. All right, I promise. I'm gonna post in this group, and then I'm done. I'm gonna post it in this group, and then I'm done. There it is. That's all. Wait. I lied. I'm going to get one more in, right? One more. Last one. We want to make sure we get a reach. We want to make sure we get an audience. I know I do this late on New Comic Book Day. This is my last one. I promise you. And then we're going to get started. I'm actually making really good time. I'm making really, really good time here. Just thanks for looking forward to post. All right. Okay. Oh, what's up, David? What's up, Kristen? How you guys doing? What's up, David? All right, David's excited. All right, okay, all right. So, there was that one thing I want to do. So first off, uh, if you did not know, Freestyle Comics is part of Short Fuse Media, and we have this awesome thing going on right now. It's a Kickstarter for Stealth. Stealth is a dope comic book. We released a 0 issue, which was a preview issue. We have a goal right now of $4,000 for Stealth. We're at $2,810. Got 107 backers with 17 days to go. I'm going to post that link in there because I want you guys to go over to the Stealth Kickstarter, show them some love. It's a good book. I mean, it really is. I've already donated to the Kickstarter. I'm looking forward to getting my rewards from it. So that's the Kickstarter we have going for Short Fuse right now. Then today being New Comic Book Day, which is why I like to do it on Dear Creative, you can get comics at, is it gonna let me do it? I don't think it's gonna let me do it. I had it all set up to do it. Lame. But you can get comic books. You can purchase them if you're in the Columbus, Ohio area. You can go to a comic book shop and you can get them at Comic Town, whoop, whoop, and Pack Rat. I will use that to segue that I will be at Pack Rat, whoop, whoop, this weekend for Free Comic Book Day. That's awesome. So if you were at Free Comic Book Day last year and you have not seen me all year to get any new books or anything, I will be rocking 5 new comic books at Free Comic Book Day. I'll have the prints on deck and I'll be doing commissions and it's going to be a good time. So you guys should definitely come out to Free Comic Book Day and hang out with us because that's going to be fun. Also, we have the code, which I'm trying to get for you guys. Let me slow it down a little bit because I'm actually trying to do some stuff here at the same time. All right, so if you enjoy these Dear Creative episodes with me and you feel like they're helping or you want to be able to post and ask some questions and stuff, I do the show every Wednesday at 8:45. I will put notifications if the show is late or not. But there is the Facebook event page for it. It is scheduled out to the end of the year, so please join that. Get interested, say you're going, join me every week for Dear Creative. That's what we get poppin'. Now, let me see. Yeah. Now, I have this, so I'm going to Philadelphia Wizard World. Let me back up. So I'm going to the World of Beer on Friday for May the Force Be With You. I am going to Free Comic Book Day at Pack Rat. That's in Hilliard. And May 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th, I will be at Wizard World Comic Con, Philadelphia. If you want to go to Wizard World, which I hope you do, you should. It's a cool show, right? Use code Watson20 to get a 20% off of your tickets at Wizard World. That's pretty dope, right? So you should definitely do that because you'll get 20% off your ticket. And if you show me that you use the code to get your ticket, I will have an awesome digital reward for you for doing that. So please come out, come join us, come see us. It's going to be a good time. And I've almost found everything that I'm looking for here. This computer, I may be asking the computer to do too much. So I went to Space Indie Small Press and Alternative Comic Book Show, right? Expo. And Space is always awesome. I like to dub Space the family reunion of comic book conventions, as when you go to Space, you see everybody that you see at comic book conventions. A lot of local people from Columbus, but most time, well, anytime, it's a lot of people that you go to shows with. And that's always awesome, right? So it gives you a chance to catch up on what other people are doing, what they have going on. See, it's also your time as a creator to get some of the projects that you're interested in as well. And, you can shoot the stuff, catch up, network. Space is also a good show for if it's your first comic book convention that you're doing, to learn the ropes, experiment, figure out what's going on or whatnot. Now, I neglected getting my table. I was under the impression that I had it. I already picked it up. Like, I made the event a while ago because I just knew I was going to space, right? And just had it. And then I noticed that I wasn't getting updates, or my bio didn't come up on the Space Web Facebook page. And I was like, hey, Bob, did I not get a table? He was like, no, Mike, you did not. So Bob was able to pack rat location. Oh, yeah, I'll link the location. That's what I'm in the process of doing now. Dang, we got some more people popping up in here. What's up, Norma? What's up, Kristen? What's up, Anthony? What's up, Darren? Tamara, what's up? So I'm linking a couple things right now. All right, there is that, which is Comic Town. That's where our books are at. And I'll tell you right now, Comic Town's fully stocked on all our comics. I'll be going out there to bring them Hotshot #1, though. I just got that in. Hotshot #1's been selling pretty good. And here is the Pack Rat location, free comic book day. If you start a pool at Comic Town, we will give you a free print that you'll find in your pool list. You've got to keep the pool for at least 2 months to get that print, though. So that's what's up. All right. So I think I got that plugging out the way. So Space. All right. So I get a hold of Bob, and luckily he has a table he can give me. I'm in the back room all by myself, and that's my fault, right? Because I was irresponsible. So I'm back there, but I still do good because I've got a loud mouth, and I'm walking out and talking to people and pointing people in my direction or whatnot. And one of the things that I did that I've never done before, which I'm surprised I should do more of, is I pulled up my phone and I went Facebook Live. But I went Facebook Live, and then I went around the entire show of Space. Some of the people that I knew, I plugged on there, talked to them for a few seconds about what they had going on and whatnot, and just went around the whole show and gave people a chance to see all the cool things that we had at Space, and talked about why you guys should come out there and come check it out. What's up, Michael? So that was pretty cool, and that's something I'm going to continue to do. I have no idea why I've never done it before. I always do a Facebook Live, and it's just like plugging what I'm doing and my table, and I might walk around for a little bit. But if the show's small enough, I'm not going to do like a whole big show. I'll eat up my whole battery. Maybe I will. I don't know. But it was cool. Basically what I'm getting at, it was cool. It was a nice experience, and I'm going to do more of it. So that was fun. But, set up my table. I did not set up my backdrop on Saturday as I was hoping to be able to get into the main room. But I still got a lot of traffic because I was in the path of the food and I was by the bathroom. So I got lucky there. What's up, Rondell? What's up, Matt? So thanks for the share, David. So did real well. Sell some books, sell some prints. I got a commission. I got an Invincible commission to do, which was awesome. He comes up to me and says, hey, can you do a sketch of Invincible in my sketchbook? I was like, are you? Yes, I most definitely can. We're going to see your happy. I will, Tamara. So did that. I actually had to take the commission home and finish it, and then brought it back. Really liked it. I'm actually going to turn it into a print. Got his permission to do that. Saturday, got out to the main floor, set up my print wall, and there's an immediate difference. So really being aware of setting yourself up and how you want your table to be at a convention. Whatever you make the focus is what is going to sell. So I had nothing but comic books on my table, and I had the print book. I sold a couple prints, but I sold more comic books than I did prints the first day. Second day at the show, I sold comic books, but the print wall brought more people over. It's made more people stop. Gave me that soft sale that I like to talk about. So, you know, I'll be doing some reorganizing of how I'm going to do my table. So what's up, Andre? What's up, Dre? So been actually working on a new banner to get made for me, and I'll be talking about more of that stuff in some future Dear Creatives, because I'm going to have some numbers and stuff to kind of like show why I want to do this. Yeah, Dre, I need your bio, so whenever you can send it to me. I was trying to get it by at least Monday. Give you guys some time to get that together. So Space ended up being a good show. So books, so prints. Got a commission in there. Got to see what a bunch of people were doing, and got to hang out with a big Cleveland crew that came down from Cleveland down. Got my got a couple of issues of some stuff in a T-shirt from Apama, Cleveland's first superhero, which was really cool. And I got to see Avengers: Infinity War this weekend a couple times. That movie's amazing, flat out. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It was amazing. It's a game changer. Loved every minute of it, and it continues to stay in my mind and make me think, how can I bring that type of scale to my comic books? So this week has been super crazy in Dear Creative. All right, so we're planning an event which we'll be announcing on Free Comic Book Day. I got to, and that's been what we've been planning for the last couple of weeks, so it's kind of a big deal. I don't want to say it yet because we're going to be announcing it Free Comic Book Day, but the organization and starting to get that mapped out with the administration team has been a lot, and getting the promotions ready and stuff. Actually got out of a meeting with certain somebody today, which I thought was going to run longer, which is why I was pushing the show back, but we ended up knocking it out pretty quick. Then, so doing that, and I'm working currently on Screen Boy, and here's the thing with Screen Boy, and like I'm doing that while I'm doing all this other stuff, and it's trying to get it in and give it the same attention I give my other books. I don't want Screen Boy to fall at the wayside or anything like that. I want the book to be good. I want it to be presented well, and I'm enjoying drawing the book right now. So I really want that book to have that excitement and punch, the same flair that I do with Hot Shot. So I've been experimenting with some stuff on how I'm drawing the pages. I've been liking what I've been doing with the pages or whatnot, having a good time. Ethan Murphy is the writer, creator of the book, and so far he's been enjoying the pages, no complaints. So I've been appreciating his patience while I try to get this book finished. I'm almost done with it. So we've been working on that, and like I said, he's been great while we've been working through that, and the story's actually good. So it's always good to work on a comic book where you like the story and you like where it's going. And today I realized he M. Night Shyamalan me back when M. Night was good. As I drew the pages out of order, and I was working on the last page yesterday, and I was like, what? This looks like, and this looks, is he? And so I talked to him today, and I was like, is this what's really happening right now? And he's like, yeah. I was like, what? I didn't even see it. Yes, it is. It made me cry too at that one point. It did. They tried to get me a couple times, and I stayed tough, Tamara. But they got me on that last one. They said, you ain't escaping free in this one, buddy. So yeah. What's up, Adam? All right. How you doing? So balancing that amongst the commissions and running FSK, planning the events, doing Dear Creative, doing the shows I'm doing, dude, finding a balance. I've just done so much stuff, and I've really got to start to write this stuff down, like more of it. I've been trying to use my calendar and stuff to help me out. David, I'm sorry for asking because I'm pretty sure you said this, but when will you be at Pack Rat? As in from when to when, open, close. Yeah, I'm going to be at Pack Rat from open till the crowd dies down. I'm at least definitively staying until 6 o'clock. Doors open at 10, so I'll probably get there around 9, and I'll have some of my crew with me. But, yeah, if the crowd is still hype and still buying stuff after 6 o'clock, I'll stay. But normally I clock out at 6 because that's when it dies down. What got me the most reactions? It did. Black Widow's reaction did seem so real. I mean, there's so much good stuff in there. I could talk about it for days. But so where was I at? Where is that? And David, don't apologize for asking questions. That's what this is about. And I'm promoting an event that looks like you're trying to get to or help other people get to. So it's whatever, man. Ask questions as much as you want. This week just kind of popped up, and today I had a podcast I was on Comic Geppettos, as we talked about Infinity War. I love being on that podcast, had a good time with them. Then had the meeting with the secret person that will be involved in the event that I am not going to talk about. Then I had the Dear Creative episode tonight, working on the promotions for the secret event. I need to get that done so I get it approved. And I had to go work the part-time gig today and doing the art for the banner and working on Screen Boy. So that was just today. And some things that moved around and added to this day or whatnot. So this stuff is crazy. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I can definitely attest to me doing way more work than I've ever done. Like now at this time. And it's a lot. I enjoy it. Trust me. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely enjoy it. I'm having a great time with it. It's just when I guess when you think you have a control of it, and so it's just like when you think you have control over something and you understand it, and you're like, oh yeah, I got this. It's nothing. And then the more you get into it, you're like, oh no, I know nothing, and it's even more just when you get comfortable with it and you feel like you're mastering. Oh wait, there's another level. So be ready for that. It's burning you up to not talk about it. Oh no, actually, I want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it on Dear Creative, or at least till afterwards, because Dear Creative is supposed to be about making comic books, what's going on at FSK, and my experiences as a creative, and answer questions and add advice. So I'll talk about it like after we get done or whatnot, or I'll just do a different Facebook Live and talk about it, because I've been talking about it with whoever I can, and I just did it on a podcast. So yeah, I guess it is burning me up to not talk about it. It was great. So what's going on at FSK? Well, I had a thing at Packrat on Monday that you guys will be able to see on Friday at 10 a.m. On Good Day Columbus. It's on Fox. It should be on around 10 a.m. and it's Good Day Columbus, and you guys should be able to see that. So you should check it out. That'll be pretty cool. Working on this event, looking at our convention schedule, planning that. I've really been looking at a lot of stuff, trying to figure out how I'm going to switch up my setup. I do prints and I do comic books, and I have a big print wall that hangs up behind me, and I guess I'm getting tired of kind of hanging it up. It's a big portion of the time to set it up, because I rearrange it based off the shows that I'm at, and I'm looking to get something that will promote more of the comic books and draw more of an eye to the comic books, because what I've learned at doing comic book shows is that whatever your feature is on your table, what takes up the most of your table, or what is the biggest eye draw at your table, that's when we think you sell the most of. And because I guess I have an even ratio of books on tables and prints behind me, I do about a 50-50 split or a 40-60 split, either way from each one of them. So it's trying to figure out which one of those to do. And I want to move more towards the selling of the comic books. I do good on my comic book numbers, but I want them to increase. In order for them to increase, I've got to push visually the setup for the comic books more. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And I've been looking at different things for that while setting up all the stuff for the events, what shows we're going to go to, and then setting up the promotions for those shows have been a lot of work. And because we do special flyers and thumb stoppers and stuff to promote our appearances at them. making, deals like getting the Wizard World 20% off ticket and stuff like that. So, trying to find the time to push those out there. But, now I got, the admin team that helps me do these things as well. So it's kind of hands off, and I'm finding it hard to have a complete hands off and still be involved because they're just starting. So there's still some stuff that I have to show them before I can be like, oh, okay, I'm backing all the way off, yada yada yada, type of deal or whatnot. So and then we're touching back on the Zero event, getting that squared away so we can begin the art process for it. I'm very excited about that book and we looking at the timeline for when we can get it done. Where we will have at least 3 new books out this year at minimum. We'll have 3 new books out, and the big thing that we've been doing as a group, as an admin team, is trying to talk and how to ensure that that's taken care of and paid for. So that's always the biggest thing. You want to make sure that the books are paid for and your team's paid for and stuff before you promote or release any books or anything like that. You don't want to sit here and give the impression that you're making money off of something that you haven't even yourself paid for. So trying to get that all taken care of. So lots of talks, lots of meetings, lots of art, and while all this stuff is going on in Freestyle Komics, I've had commissions coming in that I've had to take care of or in the process of doing those as well. So it has been a crazy, crazy week. Any chance you ever come to Cincinnati Comics, or is it not a good investment or time resources? I wish you and Vic were here every year, but it so isn't what it used to be. Last year would probably be my last year going unless you guys come back. I actually would really like to go to Cincinnati Comic Expo. Every year I apply too late and the tables sell out. That's the only reason I'm not at the show. There's another Cincy show that we got to, that we put the application in, and we just have to pay off the table or whatnot that we're going to get. But I think they only have, like booth tables, and those are super expensive, so I might not be able to get to that show because of that. Yeah, I think there's a few more shows. We're definitely trying to look at whether the shows, because I want to get to Cincinnati more for their comic book conventions. But what we're definitely going to be looking into, and what we actually need to jump on, actually, now that you bring it up, is we need to get into more comic book shops and doing book signings. Something that we're doing in August is going to relate to some of the books that we have dropping off. And I talked to one of the comic shops, Laughing Ogre, about what I wanted to do across the map with like 4 or 5 different shops in Columbus on the same day, and they were 100% for it. But he brought up the good point that, it was a kick in the ass again. Just like, yeah, like you need to do that. Like, don't you need to do that and make sure you do it. You need to make sure you do it. I need to make sure that we are getting in comic book shops and having book signings. Book signings matter. Whether it's on the weekend, it's best to do them on Wednesday when new comic books come out. Because that's when they're going to have a ton of traffic of people and the regulars coming in to get their books. So those book signings are important, and we need to make sure we're scheduling those to make that happen, because number one, it's going to show the comic book shop that you're a sale, that you're selling books in their store, and people want the books. And if you, for example, are just selling your #1 issues and you have multiple issues, then the shop can stock and know that's going to be there. And then you're building relationships with that comic book shop and their customers. One of the things that we've learned, Vic and I and Danny and Ren have learned, and something that we talk about a lot is short fuse, is that people are going to buy your books for who you are before they buy your books on the merit of the book. If you're a likable person and people enjoy you and want to be around you and want to help you and want to support you, they're going to buy your comic book because of that, no matter how good it looks, or even if it looks like trash, honestly. But if you are a person who can be entertaining and convincing and rally people behind you, then they'll support you. They'll give those dollars up. The question is your product good enough, and is your mouthpiece good enough to convince them to be a continual customer? And that's some of the trickery with that. But with comic book shops, that's what you have to do. You have to be able to get in and get your foot in, and getting your foot in is a comic book shop that'll let you come do a book signing. And honestly, I've never done a book signing at Laughing Ogre, and they are a big comic book shop here in Columbus, and they have a good fan base, a good customer base. I need to go do a book signing at Laughing Ogre, and I need to do one soon. Because what I want to do is drop one of our books at 5 shops at the same time on one certain day. But in order to add to the impact of that, to add to the importance of that, you got to build the stepping stones before that. What's up, Nathan? What's up, Danny? What's up, Norma? You got to build the stepping stones to it. And here's my segue into the Marvel Studios universe. Infinity War does not matter without the other 18 movies. The impact and ramifications of what happens in Infinity War does not matter without the first 18 films. If we don't have those first 18 movies that build up the characters, that introduce the characters, that help the characters grow, that has their story arcs where it develops them and everything, and then we get to this moment, if we don't have that, Infinity War is just another popcorn flick. And you're like, that was good, but where's the weight? You don't have any of that. So the same thing applies to setting up events or setting up book signings and stuff. So I want to do this thing in August. I need to be at Laughing Ogre at least 2 to 3 times before that to start building up the FSK fan base within that comic shop. And I need to do it at a couple shops, not just Ogre. My plan is to have this book release to a degree. You can have it as a citywide release. That is what I'm going to call it. It will be a citywide release. Yes. But a citywide release is not going to work unless I'm building up the neighborhoods, which segues into Infinity War. You can't be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if the neighborhood's not there. You can't sell these big event comic books if the comic book shops aren't behind you. I know that's very loose. I know that's a reach. I don't give a damn. But so I need to make an appearance at these shops. Me and my team need to be there. We need to promote that we're going to be there. We need to do book signing and, get them. And then while we're there, get them updated on their books. We won't give them all the books because we want to have a schedule. We have a schedule already planned for comic book shops and them getting their books so their customers see that we're providing them contents while we are making new books. So that's always a thing. Always a thing. David, that is absolutely true. I bought stuff from you guys because you were so cool to me. It turned out to be great stuff too, so bonus. Exactly. David gets it. David gets it. And that's what comic book conventions are for. That's what book signings are for. That's what comic book conventions are for. We were at Space and we were talking. I was talking with some people. They were at my table. We were having a good time. And then some other people came over to look at some stuff. And like, okay, we'll get out your way so you can sell. I was like, man, you were fine. Just scoot over. You don't have to leave. I can multitask. Gave them the spiel, explained to them what we had going on the table. And I said, just interrupt me if you have any questions. We're just having a good old-fashioned geek conversation. Because really it is about the experience and building a relationship at the show. Of course, I'm at the show and I want to sell stuff. I want to make money. That's always there. That's what I want to do. But what's more important is showing that you're not just some money hungry comic book boogeyman or whatnot. So I want to be easygoing. I want to be relaxed. I want to be enthusiastic. I want to have energy. I want to have fun. And that's generally if you stay positive and you're upbeat, that will bring the money to you, right? That's based off my experience. It doesn't work every time. I'm not trying to say these things like these are stone cold rules and these rules work every single time. They don't. For the most part, they do. And when they don't, I look at myself. I look at what's going on with me. What did I do? Did I talk to enough people? Did I push it enough? Was I trying to get hard and soft sales? Was I pulling enough people over? Was I standing up, or did I just have my head down drawing the whole time? Was I ignoring people? What was my setup like? How was my books visually compared to my prints behind me? Is my area messy? Was I aware enough to my environment? Did I get distracted by too many personal conversations or whatnot? There's very rarely a situation where I will blame a comic book convention for my poor performance or whatnot. Most of the times, if I did not sell, meet my goal, or break even, it's because of me. I can only honestly tell you there was one show where it was the show's fault, and that show had a bunch of bad vibes. That show had a bunch of bad, news or whatever about it online. They were in a bunch of drama and stuff, and nobody showed up. To me, and if you guys, what's up, Mason? And you can agree with me if you want, but it is the comic book convention's job to put people in the convention. If there's people there, if there's traffic, I'm going to sell. It's their job to get people there. It's my job to sell. And you should never be shy or bashful about talking to people, because my rule is that once you paid for a comic book convention ticket, you have signed a contract to allow me to talk to you about my stuff. Guess what? You ain't got to buy my stuff. You don't have to. But you are aware that I'm going to try to sell you something. You are aware that I'm going to try to converse with you. And just because I converse with you or I interact with you does not mean that you have to buy something or that you should feel pressured for me to buy something. Just know that by being at this show, you will open yourself up for people to talk to you. And that is the point. So, yeah, there's definitely, like Mason said, there's definitely a science behind selling at comic book conventions. You've got to understand and realize what comic book conventions you're at. An indie comic book convention is different from a pop culture comic book convention, which is different from a mainstream comic book convention. And I'm guilty of complaining about it myself. The casual fan that comes to comic book conventions just to get their photo op pictures or to get things signed by famous people. And they'll be walking around with their, their trendy alcoholic beverage and looking real sharp and dapper. And you're like, oh, that's not a geek. That's just somebody that watches Walking Dead every week and goes and see the Marvel movies. And they look like, or you assume that they're not someone to buy comic book stuff from you. So you don't approach them or speak to them. Damn that. Number one, in some of these shows, these tables are too expensive not to speak to people. And like I said, when you buy that ticket, you have signed that contract. I get to talk to you. You gonna talk to me. You gonna hear me. You ain't gotta talk to me, but you gonna hear me. I look at that instead of it being, oh, well, they're not here to buy comic books. They're just here to see Michonne. I look at it as an opportunity for me to be their new comic book crack dealer. That well, they're here because they like movies or the TV shows or the cartoons and stuff. So they have some interest in it. Let me open them up to something new, which is a brand new comic book with a new character that they can get a hold of and actually meet the creator of. People like that stuff, man. People really do like that. They get a kick out of that. They want that. There is nothing wrong with that, right? So that's how I try to flip it, and that's how I try to speak to people on it or whatnot. We had a really good conversation, me and Mason and I, at a space, talking about the different levels of shows, how you plan for them, how you prep for them, because there is a science behind comic book conventions. You just can't go to comic book conventions. Like, most shows, you just can't go there and just like, all right, here's my stuff, let's go. I'm not saying that's the absolute rule. Sometimes you can pull it off or whatnot, but you have to understand clearly what comic book convention you're going to, what type of show you're going to, how are you going to plan for the show, how are you going to plot the show, what are you going to sell, what's going to be your main thing to sell, what type of pitch will you have, how will your table look, how are you going to set these things up. And I had to learn all this stuff the hard way, like on my own with my friends, as we appeared at shows and tried different things. So there was a lot of failure before we got to the route of successes that we were having at these shows. And I've just never been a person, and I guess the long and short of it is I've just never been a person to blame the show. I go to shows, and I've been going to a lot of shows now, so I've developed what is my average number that I'll be happy with if I make that number. And once I make that number, it's smooth sailings. I mean, it's smooth sailings from the beginning for me, but once I make that number, I am a little bit more comfortable, and I can push and do more. So and that's the thing, you should have a number that you want to try to achieve and make that a plausible number. Let's not get ridiculous. You're only going to make a certain amount of money when there's only 500 people showing up at the show. So be aware of that versus a show that has 15,000 people going throughout the entire weekend. Your one-day shows are going to be different from your two-day shows. The exception being, what's up, Ryan? How you doing, man? The exception being There are different factors that come into play, but you need to be aware of the venue, who's putting on the show, and what type of event it is. Like Free Comic Book Day, we're going to be at Pack Rat. I've done Free Comic Book Day with Pack Rat for the last 2 years and done excessively well for a Free Comic Book Day show. One of the shops that I went to do my Free Comic Book Day, I will say this, like, so before I did Free Comic Book Day at Pack Rat, my average number that I would say I'm happy with at a comic book shop was making like $200. If I made $200 at a comic book on a Free Comic Book Day, I was perfectly fine. You no complaint. Like, yes, that's a good day. Not like if I get anything more, yeah, of course. But if I close a day at $200, Mike Watson was happy, right? I went to Pack Rat for Free Comic Book Day, and I decimated that. Decimated it. Pack Rat normally does really good with their promotions, with their fan base and their customer, and they put on several events that are almost like mini comic book conventions. Plus, they get a news plug for the events that they're doing, so they have a lot of eyes on them. They do special events, they do special gift packages, special items that they give away, and things like that. They're very involved with their community. So showing up at a Free Comic Book Day there with them is going to be a little bit different from the place that I normally would go to or that I have been to, and my expectations are different, but that's based off of experience and looking what the showrunner has done and what the showrunner's putting on. I joke around with Vic, and I say, and I'm like, I don't know what some of the other people are doing when they're making comic books, right? Because like there's so much to it. It's not just drawing pretty pictures and putting words on a page and printing a book. There's so much that goes into it that, and I'm still learning more, and it's creating more work for me, and that's not a bad thing. So don't say it like don't think that I'm saying it like that, but it's just like I see certain people on social media or whatever complaining about where they're at or the status of their book or not being able to get this and get that done. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, there's so much more to making a comic book than just making a comic book. It really is. And hence why I've had to reach out and try to find other people that can help me do these other aspects and get these things under control so we can be more successful. Because honestly, we're running into the same shows every year. We're running into the same events every year, which, we're doing good. We're selling books. Our audience is growing, but we need to get to new markets. And when I say new markets, I mean new areas. I need to get out to Denver. We need to get out to California. We need to get out to Texas, Portland, Seattle. We need to get out to these shows where people, for the most part, have never heard of Freestyle Comics and never seen us. So when they come out there and they see us, they're like, oh shit, what is this? This looks good. I've never heard of this. How long have you been around? 10 years. You've been around 10 years and I've never seen this? Oh yeah, this is our first time getting out here. Our reach and our audience is immediately going to skyrocket once we get into markets and venues that we've never been to. But don't abandon the ones that you have been to. For example, at Pack Rat, because I went to Pack Rat last year, some people only see me on Free Comic Book Day. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. So last year at Pack Rat, had my books. Coming to Pack Rat this year, I've got 5 new comic books that we've released over the year. So when I come back to Pack Rat this Saturday for Free Comic Day, and they come up to me and say, what's new? I'm like, that, and this. I'm like, dang, what you been doing? Working. It gives it's the appearance of work because we haven't put in work. I would like to do more work, but we've got to work within the limits that we have, and we have a good product. I'm very proud of the product FSK, and so it's going to be good to go there and have people come back and say, hey, I'm looking for my new issue. And I'm like, I got it, I got that. The other new issues are done, but we're not releasing them until later this year. So it's always good to know that we still got 2 more books that we're going to drop this year, and we have another book in the works. We just brought on a new creator to Freestyle Komics. So this is the first time that we will be working with a character that I did not create in a specific, that's not under, like, that wasn't, owned by me or whatnot. So yeah, that's something else that I've been working on last week, and we'll be making an official announcement about it here in a few days. But the character that we brought on, I'm very excited about that character and getting ready to add him to the FSK library, and what we're going to do with that character. It's going to be really freaking cool. CL, get yourself or your people out to Granite Con in New Hampshire. Place is packed every year. Granite Con, taking it. Yeah, and I just heard about Genghis Khan. I heard that was a good show too. So like, that's another reason why you go to shows. Other people will tell you about shows that they've gone to that are super successful. So got to get to Genghis Khan and Granite Con. Thank you, CL. So definitely want to do that. Definitely. So if anybody's got any questions or anything, you guys can ask them. Be sure to follow our Dear Creative event page, as New Hampshire, as I do it every Wednesday, talking about different topics in comic books. But the main topic is always like what I'm doing as a creative in comic books, working on Freestyle Komics. I answer any questions. I'm hoping my experiences as a comic creator can help you not make the same mistakes that I've made, make it a bit easier for you while you're trying to go on your adventure making comic books and stuff, right? So hopefully these conversations help you, and I'm just not blowing out a bunch of hot air to you guys. Genghis Khan. Gang. I'm just gonna see right now. I am typing to my administration team, specifically our event coordinator, to check out Granite Khan and Genghis Khan for possible shows for us to hit later this year as well. Again, it's good to build up your relationship with other people that are going to these shows and making these comics, because they will give you tips and talk to you about things that you didn't even know about. I didn't know about Genghis Khan or Granite Khan, so those are two shows I'm going to check out. Shows I've never been to, and that's a new market. That helps me expand my reach and my audience. So definitely trying to get out to new shows. I really want to get out to Vegas for one of their comic book conventions. I hear those are crazy good. I want to go to Canada for some comic conventions. So a lot of things that we're trying to do, a lot of things that we want to do. And then some of that stuff I've got to realize that I may not have the reach to reach certain areas right now, so I need to have some patience as well. But we definitely need to start seeing what we can get and what we cannot get and where we're at and stuff. So we've been making some headways. A lot of good things have been happening. A lot of work, constantly busy, and trying to succeed at this comic book business. So what's up, Laura? That is our event coordinator right now, Laura Gant. She just joined in, and she just messaged me and said she'll check out those shows for us. What was the first character you created, and how old were you when you wrote your first comic? I think my first comic that I created was Voltron. Voltron is what really got me started drawing. And I remember making a little little book, staple book that I put together with the Voltron lines because I loved it. And my teacher saw that I really liked it, and she let me get up in front of the class and read it. The first character I created, I don't know. Because in the 6th grade, me and my best friend Tom at the time, we were making X-Men comics, our own version of X-Men comics. Then when I got to the 7th grade, honestly, it's kind of lame and corny, but Hotshot was the first character I created, and Hotshot was based off of me because I wanted to be a superhero. And I really didn't do a whole lot with it. I had some drawings of him and stuff, and I think I had a sketchbook, and I was trying to make some books with him. Then I developed him some more I developed him some more in high school, and that's when I met my first clique of brotherly friends, Mason and me both on the Voltron. Yes, yes. And then I made the comic book about us, like my circle of friends in high school. We were called Youth Force. And it was about like 8 or 9 of us on a team, and we would protect Cleveland School of the Arts from the villains at John Hay and whatever monsters would come and try to wreck the school day. So once I got out of high school and I got to college, I developed the character a little bit more and focused on myself because I wanted to be a superhero. So, and I was learning these new things, and came across Victor Dandridge, and I was very, very, very like close to the chest. I didn't let anybody see any of my stuff. I didn't let anybody borrow it. None of that stuff. Somehow Victor sprinkled some voodoo on me and convinced me to trust him. And he really dug it. And what's up, Spencer? He really dug it. And I showed him my script or whatever that I was writing for it. And Victor wrote me like this freaking like journal of how to write comic books. And he had wrote 6 issues of Hotshot. He broke down those issues through writing and what, like exposition and climax and all the stuff, character introduction and dialogue. Like, it was pretty damn in depth. And I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And all I took from it was the 6 books he wrote were amazing. You should write Hotshot. And he wouldn't do it at first, and I kept bothering until he did. And then we have the first 6 issues of Hotshot written by Victor Dandridge. Thanks, David. Yeah, so that was the first character, and then ever since Hotshot, we created a slew of characters, and where we're at now. Yeah, Mason, I think you told me that Voltron was the thing that got you into drawing too. Phone is trying to go live. Stop going live. So, all right, where are we at? We're at 52 minutes on this episode of Dear Creative. If you guys come up with any more questions before I sign off here, I'll answer them. But if you do come up with some more questions or whatnot, like I said, go ahead and join our Dear Creative page, event page, which has, it'll tell you when Dear Creative's happening. I just linked it in there again. Yep. So go ahead and join that. You can put any questions that you have for me in that event page. I will be checking it before the show, and I'll answer your questions live on Dear Creative every week that you have any. And that's all I got. Thank you guys for joining in and tuning in and listening to me ramble and talk about this crazy life that I do with comic books and watching my kids run in the background of the studio basement and speak. Yep, there she goes. That was a delay. I just saw it on the other screen. Too cool. Thank you, David. But be sure to join Dear Creative. Check out the Stealth Kickstarter. Shout out to Comic Town, Pack-a-Rat Comics, Laughing Ogre, and Capital City Comics. We're getting them all fully stocked on the books, but Comic Town and Pack-a-Rat has them right now. So be sure to go get comics on New Comic Book Day. Be sure to go get those on New Comic Book Day. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot. Be sure to follow my event page, and I'll see you at Free Comic Book Day at the Force. May the Force be with you, and Wizard World Philadelphia.